I spent a lot of time on this one, making the video, that is. So let's take a look at this fella. So this fella is Mechanics Vise, Wilton Tools, Schiller Park, Illinois, USA. Yeah. I mean, this badge, that's the only thing I didn't put back together. Didn't glue the badge back. So this guy's, I'll just compare them kind of side by side. So it's interesting. It's a little bit smaller in appearance, right? A little bit more compact. The jaws, funny thing is the jaws across are actually 4 inches, so it's larger than this. This one is 3.5 again. They open up a little bit less. I think it opens up to be like 5 inches apart. This one is 6, I believe. This fella has pipe jaws, so if you need to grab pipe, and there it goes, holds the pipe tight. The strength of the, whatchamacallit, the iron, I honestly don't know. It's at least 30,000 PSI, I think, again. But again, you know, it's American made, 30,000 PSI, you're not gonna break it anytime soon. Thing that's pretty much unique to Wilton from what I've seen is these rubber washers. So it doesn't have this, you know, little screw to slow down the handle, but so it doesn't slam your fingers too hard. Yeah, little washers. Bangs again your fingers with the washers, pretty neat. A lot of cheaper vices, you'll see that it clamps only on one side. And obviously here you can see both sides. So again, different mechanism. I don't want to say not as well engineered, but it's definitely simpler. Design is definitely simpler than the one on the Parker. Again, Parker is just genius design, honestly. Maybe overcomplicated, but pretty neat. Here, pretty simple. You know, you tighten these guys. Let's see if we can hit a little butter. What happens is these guys get tighter. It's like tightening a bolt, basically, right? Pretty simple design. And then it just, you know, uses friction. So it's not gonna, you know, almost like a gear, right? Gear against gear, tight, not gonna move to places. You know, kind of like that. Let's see what else is about this guy. Oh, right, that's important. Forgot about that. So, technically, you're not supposed to use your vise as an anvil. I mean, for something light hammering, maybe, but nothing like really banging. For some real banging, you need to use a dedicated little anvil. Honestly, I would recommend it. I got the little one, whatever, it's off topic, but they're easy to find. So yeah, technically, I mean, I know some people bang on this. Best way to destroy your vise is to start banging on this part or this part. Again, this one seems to have a dedicated part for, you know, again, light hammering on it. Again, I wouldn't go too crazy on it. Pretty, you know, you start banging on it with a pounder, like a pound heavy hammer or something, you're gonna break it. I mean, sooner or later, you're gonna crack it. Let's see, you can see the cast marks. Doesn't affect the functionality, just, I don't know, not as refined, I suppose. Let's see what else. Taking this guy apart completely is a bit of a pain. Got pins here, kind of hard to see in the video. They're painted over too on both sides, and got pins here. Either side is a pain in the rear to drive out. Would you need to take them out? Probably not. I mean, the only reason I needed to do it because this fella was pretty gunky and junky and rusty and what have you. So I just decided to take it apart, again, clean it, lubricate it, stripped it and painted. Let's see, 3 coats of caliper paint, baked it on the grill actually. Now, from what I've seen so far, decent paint, seems to be, you know, relatively chemical resistant. So, you know, but, you know, don't confuse it with factory paint like this. I mean, that was made in a, I don't know how many degree oven. It was baked, powdered paint, I don't know, like pretty strong stuff. I mean, this is not bad, but you know, it's not a factory job. It's not going to be as strong. It's going to scratch a little easier than the other one. Again, depends what you're doing it, right? I mean, if it's just light use, never going to scratch, never going to mess it up. Let's see what else. Kind of neat feature on this guy is let's see. The jaws. Open quickly enough to do a showing. Alright, the jaws are replaceable. Like these holes, again, I'm not going to bother completely opening it, but they're basically screwed on. There are machine screws in there that you can take out and replace the jaws. And since Wilton is still in business, and some of it is still made in the USA, I believe this particular model is no longer made in the USA. This guy is probably from 60s, I would imagine. 60s, maybe 70s, maybe, not sure. But yeah, the current model was made overseas. This particular one, this one is still American made. They actually made exactly the same guy for Snap-on. I think they might still make them for Snap-on. Snap-on's going to be painted black. I'm sorry, Snap-on will be red. The original color was kind of uglyish green. I don't know why, Wilton green. I don't know, I didn't like it. I painted it black. I think it works a little better. Let's see what else is with this guy. Trying to think. No traceable jaws, painted, cleaned, lubricated, this and that. Pipe jaws, the mechanism. So this plug was missing. Had to buy it at like Home Depot. So this one, not sure if that part is American made. Kind of annoying, right? I mean, everything else is American made. This plug might be Chinese or something. Doesn't affect functionality, just annoying. The other thing, what I've noticed about this guy was that the jaws were not closing up evenly. And what I mean is, again, the paper test, right? I would clamp the paper in, tighten it, and see, you know, what impression the jaws made. And this one is my test, right? So this is how they clamp now. You can see nice and evenly. The one on the left, I guess I didn't tighten quite right. And the holes that the blanks that you see, actually that's the holes for the nuts, right? Again, like the nuts, couple machine bolts, the holes there, and that's the impressions from that. So they're actually just holes. Never gonna grab there. But nice is, you know, see now it's like nice and even. Here's another example. Okay, yeah. See, on both sides, nice and even. When I just reassembled it, what I've noticed is that this side was 1/32 of an inch closer. That was annoying the hell out of me. Honestly, it's supposed to be a nice Wilton vise, and it wasn't quite even. So what I did was I put in shims. You can't even see them that much. I guess if you like really stare, I don't know. Well, trust me. There are a couple little shims on this side and this side. Let's see, if it was 1/32 of an inch, I guess each one of them is half of that, so they're like about 1/64 of an inch thick on each side. I basically took gauge feeler from Harbor Freight, you know, found the right feeler, cut it, shimmed it. Again, that's another little bit of Chinese metal in there. But now it, you know, grabs nice and evenly. There is no gaps. From top to bottom, everything is even. Let's see, again. But you want to grab something, you know, you want to put something, you know, something you don't want to scratch, you're going to put in these guys in, right? This one is a little dirty, have to clean it up, but I mean, rubber inserts. For Wilton, you can find a ton of parts out there. Pretty much anything that's on it, you should be able to find, more or less, if you ever manage to break it, which would be kind of hard. Trying to think what else. A little bit of an older design. Newer devices have a slightly different design here. It's easier to take apart. Again, they don't have pins. Would you ever need to take it apart? You know, honestly, I actually emailed Wilton to see what lubricant I should use. And they told me whatever lubricant, and they basically said it's lifetime. If you lubricate it, you know, nothing is lifetime, right? But I put in some grease, 0 weight, I think it was. Should last you for quite some time. If you need to re-lubricate it, you're just gonna take this guy, out. It's just gonna be a little bit more difficult to lubricate than this guy, honestly, but not by much. I mean, at this point, you don't need to strip it completely, so it shouldn't be too hard. What else is there? Well, I waxed both of them, oiled them in the proper places. Sounds kind of good, it does it. Lubrication, oiling, and grease, obviously, right? Well, I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. I mean, they're both good pieces. Honestly, they're both good pieces. Slightly different sizes. Weight is different. I think. Shoot, I can't remember. I think this fella comes in at about like. Shoot, I want to say like 30 pounds plus or minus. This guy is a little bit heavier. It's a little bit bigger. I think the steel or iron is a little bit more dense, so it's a little bit heavier. Maybe just because it's a little bigger, honestly. So this fella comes in closer to 40 pounds, I believe, but I can't remember for sure. Oh yeah, so this guy is also, you don't care for the swivel, you can take the swivel off. The only thing is, let's see, the swivel has 4 mounting points, here and 2 on the opposite side. If you decide to take the swivel base off, just fix it, never rotate it. These guys come out, so there's only 2 mounting points, here and here. Not gonna move. I've seen people do that, in a kind of a workshop environment. It doesn't move. Trying to think what else am I forgetting. Probably forgetting something else, but again, both good pieces. One is a little bit bigger, one is a little bit smaller. One is a little bit of a newer design. One is a little bit more, traditional. This one is still being made, albeit overseas, but you can at least find the replacement jaws and stuff for it. If you ever manage to, you're not gonna break it. You can't break the jaw inserts. You can kind of mess them up. I've seen that on a different vise that I have, but shoot, to break them, really gonna break the vise first, I think. What else is there? I mean, again, that's pretty much it. Just a little bit different. Again, jaws, I managed to get these jaws to be a little bit more precise than on this guy. I just didn't want to drive these pins out. Just didn't matter to me that much. It's possible, a little bit of a pain in the butt. That's about it.